Thank you to the EA Creator Network for the early access to this pack. Today, I want to build 4 fairy homes in The Sims, but each one is a different color. We have early access to the Enchanted by Nature pack, and this is one of the lots in the new world. I've gone ahead and done some terrain manipulation and built 4 separate shells on here. This lot is in the Everdew neighborhood, which is the epicenter of fairy activities in the new world. And what inspired me to do this challenge specifically is we finally have good purple swatches in this pack, so I immediately wanted to do some type of color-related challenge. Before we get into it, just a disclaimer, I am provided early access to this pack thanks to the EA Creator Network. I'm not being paid, I'm not even required to post anything. I've just been given the opportunity to play this pack early. This is a special version of the game with early access to the pack, so that means it's not final software. I don't have any other packs installed, and that's why you see my gallery name floating around the screen. I'm not paid to say anything, I'm not paid to not say anything. I am only paid if you use my creator code. I make a small commission if you use my code Sarah at checkout, but that being said, I do advise you to wait until this pack releases to make your decision. It could release buggy, it could be not what you expect, and if you have the patience for it, I do say wait for sales. And also, this opportunity is separate from being gifted the pack. I will be buying it with my own money when it comes out. So that being said, I think let's jump into this tiny home right here. And of course we have our wheel. And this first tiny fairy home is going to be the color purple, starting us off with the one I was most excited for. I think I want to take these sleek scale shingles. These actually come in 3 swatches of purple, a light, medium, and dark purple. And we've got a new grass roof and roof trim that also come in a beautiful purple swatch. And if you're wondering why I specifically chose those 4 colors to put on the wheel, it is because I feel like those are the most represented throughout the build buy for the pack. We also have the new update that lets you place plants on roofs, so you know I am taking advantage of that with these purple plants. I'm still getting used to this feature myself. It kind of seems like after the roof goes to a certain pitch, you can't place the flowers. We got 2 new fences with the pack. One is just like kind of a standard wooden fence. Then there's this sylvan spiral fence, and this has like some greenery on top as well. So I want to use that for a little patio area out here. This is a look at just a few of the windows from the new pack, but this is their general vibe. Very whimsical, very nature inspired. And the purple swatches of these ones that are originally just kind of like a plain wood swatch have this like fairy wing pattern in them. So I think we need to add that in here. And I can already let you know right now, some of these items are getting repeated. We also have some new vines and things to put on walls to kind of give your builds an overgrown look. We also have some new lights in the game. They're these like wall branch lights. We can just add these kind of all around for a little extra glow. And I feel like the vibe of the build right now is that layering is better. Like the more we layer things, the better it will look. I think this might be enough for now. This is going to be the exterior of our purple fairy tiny home. And now we're going to come inside, and I am so excited to use these kitchen counters. Now they are not fully purple, but I love the swatch with the green. We also have this new sink, and it slots together with the counters correctly. We did not get a fridge or a stove, so I am having a little bit of trouble deciding what swatch we should go with. The purple does in fact match with the really expensive fridge and stove. Is it getting too purple? Never. This is one of the new floorings. This is called Wildwood Whimsy, and I really like the patterning on this. I don't know what our commitment levels will be to doing like a color drenched vibe for all the other colors in this video, but we have been so starved for purple that I'm like, put it all in there. Ooh, this is the new sofa. I did not give us enough room for that. Come to think of it, I actually did not lay out this tiny home in a good way, period, at all. But I just really wanted to use this door, and I think looking at the door, you can kind of understand, you can kind of relate. It's a good door. We're gonna use these fairy tale chairs. These come in a purple swatch, and we could do this bookcase in between them, though I don't know if I want to do that swatch. Something I will say about the build buys, I think we could have done with a little bit more wall art items. We have all these plants, and we have a new backsplash, but we don't really have anything else beyond this wall decor set, which is really pretty, but I kind of want a few more pictures. Wait, never mind. I forgot. One of the things that you can do in the game is press flowers and make portraits of them. That's where all the wall art is. That just registered to me. So you do have to use the debug cheats. I will put them on the screen. There are 3 kind of like paths your fairies can take in the game. There's emotional, manipulative, and nature one. I think the emotional tier is like purple themed, so maybe that is where this fairy lives. Do we have any purple trash can? Oh, we do, but this is not the same tone of of purple that we have in anything else we have going on. We could do the green one. I feel like we are picking up some green accents here. So we don't really have room inside for a dining area, but I was thinking we could pop the little dining table out here on the patio. It does have matching dining chairs, but I do think that these ones go quite nicely as well. They go a little bit too nicely. Why did those go so nicely? And so now we'll come into the bathroom, and I did only leave room for a toilet and a shower, but we do have a sink out here that your Sims can use. The new shower is so cool, and I do think that it looks really good when you do it with like an outdoor build, an outdoor living kind of vibe, but I am going to use it in here because it is the shower that we have with the pack. I'm gonna use this new mirror. This is a wall one, and it has some really pretty like nature-y growths, ew, but on the outside of it, framing it. And I think let's just get a few more pieces of clutter, and this will be the bathroom, which means this is going to be the downstairs of our purple tiny home. Moving on to the upstairs, I definitely want to carry over the flooring, but for the walls, I was thinking we could do this new wallpaper. Do I want to do that all the way around? Maybe just on 3/4 of the wall and we keep that wall kind of blank. You know what I didn't do when I was building this shell? Remember that for adults, we only have this giant double bed, this gorgeous giant double bed with a canopy. I appreciate that, but that's the only adult bed. We do have a crib, a toddler bed, and a bassinet. So what kind of single beds do we have in the base game? Honestly, the kids one is very cute. Ooh, but this one, the Princess Cordelia one. I am going to add in the ledge dresser. I like that this has like some tiers for clutter or plants. The reason that lit up orange just now is because the object gameplay cannot function here. This is a pot for one of the plants that your Sims can tend to. So we'll put that on the lower level so that they can actually reach it. I would love to use the 2-tile wide mirror. I forgot we have the branch lights in a like hanging light version. This is one of the new gnomes, and this is the new bookcase item thing. I love the little mushroom bookends. Here is the new rug. I put it out here so you can get a better look at it, but it comes in a few different swatches. I really like the color story of this. I really like the color story across the whole build buy of this pack. I think we'll sneak that rug right in there. It feels a little bit more full now, maybe. And shockingly, I don't mind these curtains. I don't think I'll be using these all the time because they do mostly cover up the window, and that's something I don't like about most curtains in the game because they end up covering up all the natural light. But I feel like they are constructed rather well. Like they look very pretty the way they hang. Well, I think with that, this will be the bedroom of our purple tiny home, which wraps up the purple tiny fairy home. All right, let's move on to this house in the back here. I'm actually most scared of this one because I swore I'd never do curved walls again, and here I am with curved walls. But this tiny fairy home is going to be green. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Now already, what is going on here? The roofing literally was not doing this when I built this, when I built the shell of this. Okay, I think with this one, I want to go full nature vibes, full plant vibes. This is definitely for a fairy that is taking the nature path of all the fairy tasks. I had an idea, but I'm kind of afraid, and it is to do the new glass wall feature with the curved wall. I think it looks a little weird, but I really do like it. I almost want to do this whole level as glass walls, but this is going to be the bedroom, so maybe not. A lot of the green in the build items, at least, is a very pastel green. We do have kind of a deeper green with some of the other buy items, but the build stuff is mostly this pastel green. And then kind of like the last house, I was thinking, oh, what was that? I didn't even paint the floor in there, and that fixed the flooring being weird out here. Will it happen again on this side so that we can all look and observe? It did. Curved walls are such a mystery. It makes me laugh every single time. Like, what is going on? Anyway, I think what I was saying is I want to fill up this like lower level roof area with plants, of course. I think I might incorporate the tiniest bit of like other colors in the plants here too, because I think if I were to make these just like straight up all green, it would start looking a little one note. So maybe just for dimension, we'll add a little bit of yellow. Now I'm going to use all of the same plants, but in the other swatches for the exterior here. It's really wild how much the exterior plants like add to the look of the house. Like it was a boring wall and now it is whatever this is, less boring with more plants, which we love. I'm also obsessed with this little fairy house like window box. I think it looks good even not under a window. The green swatches of these wood windows also have a fairy wing pattern on them, so I do really like that. Okay, I think I've done enough plants on the outside. I just really like making the house look like it literally grew out of the ground, and then all the little lights around it. Okay, I'm being very serious about this. We're going to do the inside now. We have this same flooring and a nice light green swatch. How am I doing the kitchen? Because I kind of gave myself only 3 tiles. What if we do a little island kind of thing? It's kind of weird, but it's also a tiny home, so like, what are you gonna do? I think I want to use these little mushroom shelves above the fridge and then do cabinets like this over the other parts of the kitchen. We can either do the utensils or we can do the paper towels. We cannot do both, I don't think. Wait, what if I size the paper towels down? Left bracket key. Just teeny tiny paper towels for the teeny tiny fairy, obviously. I forgot we got bar stools with this pack. All the build items in this pack are very, very nature inspired, as you can see. So one of the things I just wanted to mention is that it is so niche. So if this is not really your style, it might not be worth it to buy it just for the build items. But I do think build-wise, this pack is gonna pair really, really well with cottage living. We'll give this fairy a TV and an authority. Of course, an authority. And here's this couch. Here are a few more swatches of it. I love that pillow and that pillow. I wish we had those separately. In addition to the mushroom shelves, there's also these very like reclaimed wood looking shelves. My only thing with these is that I wish maybe there was a way for them to like line up if you wanted to do a full wall of them. This swatch of the rug looks so good with this whole setup here. Also the unicorn, oh my goodness. I'm sorry if you end up seeing some of these same flower pressings. They really are just amazing, and I wish I didn't have to type in the cheat to get them. And then I did the 3-tile bathroom moment in here. Even though we don't have a wall shower, I am still so screaming to the universe that we need a wall shower in the base game. But since we have a sink out here, we are doing the tiny living thing where we just have one sink in the whole house. We are going to use our shower again, and we will use this toilet again. There is a new skill that comes with this pack, the natural living skill, and that will actually allow your Sims to do most of their need fulfilling outdoors. So once they get to, I think maybe level 2 or level 3, they can summon a privy bush and just do their business outside. But I still wanted to make sure to include an actual bathroom in each of these homes. For whatever reason, I thought it would be cute to have like a little patio, a little like step down patio terrace thing going on here. I don't know how I'm feeling about that now because I had to add a door and the stairs, and it's just kind of a little strange. Terrain manipulation is so scary. Like, why did I do this? It just felt right for a lot like this. I don't know how to describe it. Like, why is it floating? I also was going to draw a fence, but I'm like, that doesn't really make a lot of sense there either. Anyway, that's our little outdoor area for now. And this is our inside of our green tiny home. Moving upstairs to the bedroom. I do have room for the double bed in this one, in this beautiful, gorgeous swatch. Wow. What do I want to do on the rest of the walls up here? We do have the wallpaper in this swatch. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I just want to use it all the time. And the forest floor, the way they spelled that, I'm obsessed. Also with the nature press item where you can press the flowers, I think you can press them into candles. I think that's what these are. We're going to be exploring a ton of the gameplay this weekend over on my Twitch. I might even be live right now, so make sure that you are following. The link is down below. Over here, I could do just like normal, you know, dresser, desk, bedroom stuff. But I think because this sim is on the nature fairy path, we get them a bunch of plants. Fairies have some pretty interesting abilities when it comes to taking care of plants. They can, you know, use their magic to like weed them or keep them watered or anything like that. I'm going to be putting the house plants in these ones up here. I do think that the house plants part of this build wise can work really well with Greenhouse Haven. Like, I can't wait to combine those with Blooming Rooms and Greenhouse Haven kit and eco. Like getting some hanging plants down here, that would just be chef's kiss. You know what? I am going to add this mirror. That's more so for like functionality because your Sims can, you know, change their outfit, do all the dresser interactions. And I think they have enough room to come outside. And And I should have made this larger than one tile because I was just going to, you know, do a couple garden pots, but if they actually want to tend to the plant, we can just have one. So maybe we put one like here and we'll just get like another big plant right there and another plant right there and another, you know, plant that doesn't need actively tended to right there. They're a fairy. They can fly around and tend to them if they needed to. What? I went to paint the ceiling? Why is that? Oh, is it because the curved wall on top? You know it's because of the curved wall on top. Things were going too well. Curved walls, you know, this is why we can't have nice things. Not a Reputation reference, 2 videos in a row. So this is the bedroom area and the little balcony area, and that finishes up our green tiny fairy home. All right, let's move over to this one now. This one actually has a basement, but this tiny home is going to be orange/peach. I didn't really know what to call this color. This is like what I'm talking about. It's kind of orangey, it's kind of peachy, but it's really represented in the build items. Now I'm just doing this out of curiosity. What happens if you do glass walls in the basement? Can you not do glass walls in a basement? As an empath, I'm sensing that it's not letting me do this. Action not possible here. Okay, fascinating. What if I want to look at the ground? The garden stones, the like orangey toned ones with that light green in the background. That is kind of everything to me. Ooh, what if we went with this on the roof? I know this is a little more red and pinkish. I was also thinking this maybe could be for the manipulative fairy path. That one is if your fairy sim wants to manipulate other sims in a good way or a bad way. They can give sims moodlets and take away moodlets. Oh my gosh, and this gorgeous door. This also has like the red accents on it, so I think it's okay that we're using that for the roof. Everything kind of goes together a little bit better. Ooh, I do love that. I love that. I'm leaving it. You might be like, I am sick of this flooring. Don't use it. Sorry. Ooh, look at the stones. They kind of make a spiral. The variation on that is really fun. I want to start to, of course, give us our flowers, literally give us our flowers. I haven't really found like a good spot for one of these dormers yet either. If I do this, it just looks like eyes and a mouth. Okay, my critique on this new base game feature of placing plants on roofs is let me place them wherever. I have BB.move objects on and I still can't even place them down there. All right, well, you know the drill. Time for all of our wall plants and our little wall lights as well. Okay, so here is how our house is looking at night. I had to show it at night because of the lights, but here's what it looks like in daytime lighting. I think for the front porch, I might just want to do a little chair like that. I like the concept of like these lights, but I don't know if they kind of go with our color scheme. We'll revisit if we have to, but coming inside now, I think I always start with the kitchen. So we are once again using our Enchanted by Nature counters. I just really love how nature inspired they are. And also the outer corner version that is a shelf is so cool with like the branches going through it. I think we're gonna do cabinets all the way around this time. This house has the most storage. Maybe all the other fairies store their stuff in here too. We can also clutter one of these counters. We need the other one open for cooking. Ooh, bowl of fruit, and it matches our color scheme. Perfect. Oh, maybe this swatch of the stone wall kind of works. That has some orangey accents to it. We do have a larger dining table that we could do right here, but I don't love how in the way that is of the bathroom door. If it were a different door, I probably wouldn't care, but since it's the bathroom door, we can use those dining chairs. Those are like a shorter version of the bar stool almost. Could we maybe get the couch in here and then like, could we do a fireplace? Oh, what if we did this one? I think actually maybe we'll try to get it in the basement. Wait, the little TV doesn't slot to the table? Oh, that's a little sad. Okay, anyway, I really need to get a desk in this lot somewhere. I kind of wouldn't hate it right here by the window. I know it's a bit of a lot right when you walk in, but it is a small home, a tiny home. The laptop looks so out of place. You know, like I want a computer for gameplay purposes, but it looks so out of place. What is throwing me off though is the blue on this couch because I want this orangey part. I don't want to commit to like the red because the green feels out of place too. Wait, is this little frogs like lily pads? Oh, I never looked that closely. Wow. Oh, a trash can burglar alarm? I've been building for a few hours now, so we're just at the point where I just say the name of what I'm placing. Plant? Wait, the way the terracotta pot thingy kind of matches the color scheme that we have going. I enjoy that very much. We also have these leaf rugs with the new pack, and I think those are kind of fun to layer. Also, I think we need to talk about these plants looking really good inside, and you can kind of make your own wall piece by layering in one of these wall lights. Who thought of these wall lights? Cause like give them a raise. Thank you. And now for the bathroom. Do we want to use this shower shower again. Maybe we can do a shower tub combo in this one. And do we want to still do our nature-y toilet? It's just like, I kind of have to use it. It's so, what's the word? It's unique. Oh, and how does this mirror look above a sink? I actually haven't tried it above a sink yet. I've been very much enjoying how the items in this pack look with other items in this pack that I haven't really tried to pair them too much with base game items. I should be doing that for research purposes. Ooh, let's do like the mossy bath mat thingy. I know that was like a trend at one point. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna leave the bathroom at this, and this will be the first floor of our peach and red tiny home. We're going downstairs to the bedroom now. And can I bring this out without causing major disruption on the upper level? No, I cannot. Can I bring it out this way without causing major disruption on the upper level? I think that worked. I haven't gotten to use any of the fireplaces yet, and I just really wanted to make sure that we had one somewhere. I might even draw a wall like this and then get the fireplace here. We can use the double bed again, and ooh, this one has the red color for the bedspread, but the peachy color for the wood. Maybe we do the apple crate. That kind of matches, kind of, maybe a little bit, if you don't think about it that much. And in the dresser category, okay, the actual item doesn't show up, but you do have these hanging clothes, and they can hang on this nature's frame dresser. Wow, it's literally called dresser, and it doesn't show up in the dresser category. What if we also had a little like bassinet? Like maybe a new fairy has just joined us, just got here. I'm including the toy box. They don't need the toy box yet, but this toy box is too cute not to include somewhere in this video. It has different faces with the different swatches. I didn't get to include this bookshelf anywhere. This one's really cool. It's like a tree. I added a shelf here with some more plants. I added the ivy on the wall just to like bring a little life, actually literally bring some life downstairs. And now it's time to find out what clutter slots to the fireplace. Okay, the apple picture, the books, the tissues, not even these guys, not even the little baskets, not even the body care essentials. I'm gonna do the trick where you get this towel storage rack shelf and you slot your item to that, and then it'll stay at that height. So you can move it to the shelf that you actually want. Do I want to use the rug from the new pack in this room? What kind of swatch do we have? Ooh, that one is a lot, but we are right by a fireplace. Maybe we'll do a smaller rug like that, just so it's like at your feet when you're getting out of bed. And I want to use this nature-y wall art thingy again. Oh, that's so pretty on the orange swatch, that art in the middle, yes. But with that, I think that wraps up the bedroom down here, and therefore wraps up the peachy, but also red and pinky tiny home, fairy home. So moving on to our last tiny home, this one is going to be blue. There are some really pretty pastel blue vibes in a lot of the blue items. Well, I would hope so in a lot of the build items. So I'm gonna try to use a lot of those swatches out here. I don't know how much we're getting on the roof because we don't have a lot of roof and it's doing the weird roof placement stuff. I want to get it like right in that crevice. That would be so pretty. Wait, this is so sad. Let me place it. Let me place it. Show me to me, please, Rachel. Let me place it. Oh my God. Okay. Wait, you just had to ask Rachel. My one other thing about the plants on the roofs thing. The plants should be growing up towards the sun. Like the plants kind of stick straight out. I get it. These plants already exist in the game and are meant to stick straight up, but it looks ever so slightly a little strange to me that they kind of don't like curve up towards where the sun presumably is. Wait, I just meant the angle of it. I didn't mean like the sun being in the sky is a conspiracy theory. I'm just a little bit sad that I did not do anything on medium wall height to do the freeze because this one looks so pretty. But we do have the exterior trim and we have that in blue. And I think that looks really good here, like as a way to provide a little bit of separation. I don't know what kind of roof trim to do. We could do the pink because that brings in some of the pink accents from like the fence and the wall down here. I built all these shells before I thought of the floor plan. And this one, I accidentally gave us the perfect spot for the ladder. That's amazing. Okay, well, before we go inside, we need some windows. I'm thinking, oh, these little ones are really cute. What if we do this door out to the balcony? That is gorgeous. What I do enjoy about putting plants and stuff all over the house is that if the window placement is looking weird, just cover it up with plants. Like, obviously, just cover it up with plants. We are gonna have a decent amount of little pink accents here because the blue swatch for the ivy cascades has the pink leaves. I love the lights. I think the lights kind of distract from from anything else that could possibly look bad. Okay, yes, we have our blue flooring. Again, we have these stones for the walls that are classified as blue. I would argue that these should be classified as pink. Now, obviously, I am the one that chose to make tiny homes for this video where I only have this pack in the base game, but I really am like, ooh, some dream home decorator, like cooktop or tiny living Murphy bed would really come in clutch here, I think. There is a like 4th tree in the fairy skill tree, but that is just for customization. That isn't like with a specific purpose for anything. So maybe this sim could be like an apothecary person. We could actually put the apothecary table right here with the glass walls. Ooh, I like that. And then we have the apothecary storage cabinet that could kind of frame it nicely here. And I have been dying to use this floor lamp. It's just so big and expansive. Where I wanted to put it in here. What if we did kind of slide it in there? So now how does the birch wall look in here on the other walls? It is getting very blue, so I'm actually kind of grateful that we have the pop of pink back there. I kind of don't want to do cabinets in this one. How would that shelf look? It's a lot. What about a mushroom shelf? What about a mushroom shelf? Wow. Okay, I think I like this for our main living area. We move on to the bathroom now. I did make this like twice, 3 times the size of the other bathrooms, but that is because this pack also comes with this jet bathtub, and I just wanted to make sure that we had at least one bathroom big enough to accommodate it. That looks so good, and I'm sure it looks really good outside. This is like the shower. I think it's meant to be outside. I actually didn't even need to make the bathroom this big, but who cares? We'll put the toilet here. We will get the sink again right there, bringing back this mirror. Yes, indeed. It's so funny because I just did the I can only use each item once challenge, and this is like the opposite. I'm like, we are building 4 houses, but we're actually using the same items in all of these houses. Okay, so this will be our bathroom for this blue tiny home. And now we come up to the bedroom area. This is probably more in the small home category. Actually, most of these are probably more in the small home category than the 64 tile tiny home category. But I actually haven't decided if I'm titling this video every tiny home is a different color or every fairy home is a different color. What if I title it every tiny fairy home is a different color? Ooh, the dresser right there, the bed right there. That's very pleasing to me. Yes, yes. Ooh, this swatch of the mirror with the yellow. That's really cool. I forgot. I wanted to use the leaf rug as the bath mat in here. I thought that would be really cute. Yay! Wait, they took this rug and they said that's gonna be the color story for these swatches. Let's do a little seating area. Or maybe, wait, maybe this is like a bookshelf area. Maybe I can finally get this bookshelf here. Oh, wow. We could get a little gallery wall moment. That's not horrible. I definitely want to maybe get a couple chairs out here for the seating area. Wait, these ones are really cute. And then get, oh my God, get the little fairy house lights. But I think that will finish up the bedroom. So here is the blue tiny fairy home. I like this. I just maybe was expecting it to be not as much pink, but pink is my favorite color, so that's not necessarily a complaint. For the like communal area and the walkways, I am gonna do a lot of this off camera because I don't think I can talk and terrain paint at the same time. Like, what is even going on here? But I do know out here, I want to get this swing set, except it's going to float, isn't it? And also, of course, the actual little fairy home. Maybe I could get the apothecary stand out here by the apothecary's home. It's just everything's gonna float and I don't have tool mod to fix it. But here's the final tour of the lot. 4 tiny fairy homes. Each one is a different color. I really enjoyed this. This is the first time like really getting into the build stuff with a build challenge for me for this pack. And my personal takeaway and opinion on this is the build stuff is great and it is gorgeous, but it is very niche. It is not going to be for everyone. So do keep that in mind if you are thinking about buying this. If you really enjoy like cottage living, if you enjoy plants and even Realm of Magic, I can see this build stuff pairing well with it. We will be getting into the gameplay and we'll also take a look at Create-a-Sim over on my Twitch channel this weekend. So remember, the link is down below. I might even be live right now. So come on and hang out with us. Now I do have to say this version of the game doesn't have the gallery. So I will do my best to kind of find a way to get it on there. Or if worst comes to worst, I will recreate this build when the pack actually comes out and put it on the gallery. So yeah, thank you again to the EA Creator Network for the early access to this pack. If you did make it this far, go ahead and comment a fairy emoji or any kind of nature emoji. And of course, don't forget to give it a like and also subscribe to my channel if you are a Sims enjoyer. We do a ton of Sims stuff on this channel and YouTube thinks you might like whatever video it's showing you on the screen right now. So go check it out, see if YouTube was right. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a lovely tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you in my next one. Bye!